What if I told you that entire American cities, once bustling and vibrant, simply vanished without a trace? We're not talking about ghost towns you see on a postcard, but truly lost metropolises that history forgot. Prepare to have your mind blown as we uncover 10 vanished U.S. cities you absolutely, positively have never heard of. Welcome to Remembering America, where we unearth the forgotten stories of our nation. Today, we explore 10 mysterious cities swallowed by time, nature, or human ambition. From silent mines to submerged streets, these places are gone forever. The why. Why did these thriving communities disappear? Was it nature's wrath, human error, or something more mysterious? Join us to uncover their shocking stories and the lessons they leave for today. 1. Bodie, CA. The Wild Gold Rush Ghost Town. Bodie, California, was a gold rush legend in the 1880s, exploding to 10,000 residents at its peak. Named after prospector Waterman S. Bodie, it was a chaotic hub of saloons, gambling dens, and lawlessness, with daily shootouts and a reputation as the Wild West's wildest town. Miners poured in, chasing gold dreams, building churches, schools, and even a newspaper. But Bodie's prosperity rested on a fragile foundation: gold mines that couldn't last forever. By 1915, the veins ran dry, and without railroads or alternative industries, residents fled. By the 1940s, Bodie was a ghost town, its wooden buildings left to decay in the desert wind. Today, it's a preserved state historic park, drawing visitors to its eerie, frozen-in-time streets. Bodie's story warns of the dangers of boom and bust cycles, where greed and lack of planning led to collapse. Its crumbling saloons and silent mines are a haunting reminder of fleeting wealth. 2. Rhyolite, NV. The Deserted Gold Dream. Rhyolite, Nevada, sprang to life in 1904, fueled by a gold rush that drew 5,000 dreamers to the desert. Backed by investor Charles Schwab, it boasted an opera house, banks, and electric lights, a dazzling symbol of ambition. Schools, hotels, and a stock exchange buzzed with activity, promising a glittering future. But Rhyolite's fate was tied to its mines, and when the 1908 financial panic hit, investments dried up. By 1911, the gold was gone, and residents abandoned their grand buildings. By 1916, Rhyolite was empty, its opera house left to crumble. Today, its skeletal ruins, like the iconic Cook Bank, stand as a stark reminder of greed's fleeting rewards. Rhyolite's rapid rise and fall reflect the dangers of speculative bubbles, a lesson echoing in modern economics. Its ghostly structures whisper of dreams that vanished with the desert wind. 3. Cahawba, A.L. Alabama's lost capital. Cahawba, Alabama, was the state's first capital from 1820 to 1825, a beacon of political ambition. Home to Governor William Wyatt Bibb, it hosted grand galas and legislative debates, with mansions lining its streets. Built at the confluence of two rivers, it promised trade and growth, attracting 2,000 residents. But its location was a fatal flaw. Prone to flooding, it faced constant destruction. When the capital moved to Tuscaloosa in 1826, Cahawba's prominence faded. By 1865, floods and economic decline left it deserted, its homes abandoned. Today, Cahawba is an archaeological site, with ruins of jails and chimneys hinting at its past glory. Its story teaches the perils of poor planning and environmental oversight, lessons vital for modern urban development. Cahawba's forgotten streets urge us to respect nature's power. 4. Thurmond, West Virginia. The railroad town that faded. Thurmond, West Virginia, thrived in the early 1900s as a coal and railroad hub along the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway. With 500 residents, it boasted hotels, banks, and saloons, serving thousands of travelers and workers. Trains fueled its economy, hauling coal and goods, making Thurmond a vital link in America's industrial boom. But its reliance on a single industry was its downfall. When coal demand fell and diesel trains replaced steam in the 1950s, the town's purpose vanished. Residents left, and by the 1980s, Thurmond was nearly empty, its buildings decaying. Today, it's a historic site in the New River Gorge, with only a few structures standing. Thurmond's story highlights the risks of single-industry towns, a warning for modern economies. Its silent tracks and empty hotels evoke a lost era of industrial might. 5. St. Elmo, Colorado. Buried by blizzards. St. Elmo, Colorado, was a vibrant mining town in the 1880s, home to 2,000 people chasing gold and silver in the Rocky Mountains. Its main street buzzed with stores, saloons, and a post office, serving miners and families. Known for its scenic beauty, it drew adventurers seeking fortune. But its remote location and harsh winters proved deadly. By the 1920s, brutal blizzards buried homes, and declining mines drove residents away. By the 1930s, St. Elmo was nearly deserted, its wooden cabins left to the snow. Today, it's a preserved ghost town, attracting tourists to its frozen-in-time streets. St. Elmo's fall shows nature's unstoppable power and the fragility of isolated communities, a lesson for today's remote towns. Its snow-covered ruins are a chilling testament to survival's limits. 6. Bannack, MT, Montana's flooded first capital. Bannack, Montana, was the territory's first capital in 1864, sparked by a gold rush that drew 3,000 residents. Named after the Bannack tribe, it had saloons, a hotel, and a courthouse, thriving as a mining hub. Gold panning and vigilante justice defined its wild early years. But floods and fires plagued Bannack, and by the 1880s, gold dwindled. When the capital moved to Virginia City, residents left, and by the 1940s, Bannack was abandoned. Today, it's a state park, with 60 preserved buildings telling its story. Bannack's collapse highlights nature's destructive force and the fleeting nature of resource booms, a caution for modern mining towns. Its quiet streets and weathered structures echo Montana's rugged past. 7. Drawbridge, California, the sinking ghost town. Hidden deep within the marshes of San Francisco Bay lies the forgotten town of Drawbridge, once a lively railroad outpost founded in the late 1800s. What began as a place where train operators managed 2 drawbridges soon grew into a weekend retreat for hunters and fishermen. By the early 1900s, Drawbridge had dozens of cabins, hotels, and clubs, a small but spirited community that thrived in isolation. But over time, the tides turned against it, literally. As the bay's waters rose and the surrounding land sank, floods became routine. By the 1970s, the last residents left their homes to rot, leaving behind only warped wooden buildings slowly being reclaimed by the wetlands. Today, Drawbridge is off-limits to visitors, a haunting reminder of how fragile human settlements can be when faced with the unstoppable forces of nature and time. 8. St. Thomas, Nevada, the town under Lake Mead. St. Thomas, Nevada, was founded in 1865 by Mormon settlers, a desert oasis with 500 residents growing crops in harsh conditions. Its farms and churches thrived despite the arid landscape, a testament to human resilience. But in the 1930s, the Hoover Dam's construction doomed St. Thomas. Deliberately flooded to create Lake Mead, the town vanished underwater, its residents forced to flee. In recent droughts, its foundations re-emerge, a ghostly reminder of sacrifice for progress. St. Thomas's story questions the cost of human ambition, as dams reshaped the West. Its submerged ruins, visible in low water, warn of environmental trade-offs still relevant today. 9. Glenrio, TXNM, the Route 66 ghost. Glenrio, straddling Texas and New Mexico, was a vibrant Route 66 stop in the 1940s, serving thousands of travelers with gas stations, diners, and motels. Its neon signs and bustling energy captured the spirit of America's road trip era. But when Interstate 40 bypassed Route 66 in the 1970s, Glenrio's businesses collapsed overnight. Residents left, and by the 1980s, the town was deserted, its buildings fading in the sun. Today, Glenrio's crumbling signs and empty lots are a nostalgic relic of a lost era. Its story shows the devastating impact of changing infrastructure, a lesson for modern towns reliant on traffic. Glenrio's decay evokes the fleeting glory of Route 66. 10. Kennicott, Alaska, the copper town that collapsed. Kennicott, Alaska, was a copper mining town in the early 1900s, home to 600 residents. Built by the Kennicott Copper Corporation, it had schools, a hospital, and a railroad, a company town thriving in Alaska's wilderness. Copper fueled its economy, shipping millions in ore. But by 1938, the mines ran dry, and the company shut down, forcing workers to leave. Kennicott became a ghost town, its red mill buildings left to decay. Today, it's part of Rangeliste Elias National Park, drawing adventurers to its ruins. Kennicott's fall warns of over-reliance on finite resources, a lesson for modern resource towns. Its isolated, crumbling structures echo Alaska's fleeting boom. Uncovering hidden history, Remembering America is dedicated to keeping these stories alive. Bodie and Bannack are preserved, but Drawbridge and others are nearly forgotten. We tell their tales to honor the past and learn from it. Connecting past to present. These cities mirror modern risks, over-reliance on one industry, like Detroit's auto decline, or climate change, flood-prone cities. Their stories warn us that even today's cities could vanish. Ask, which of these 10 cities shocked you the most? Know any local ghost towns? Comment below. Add a poll. What killed most lost cities? A. Nature. B. Human error. C. Economy. Subscribe to Remembering America for more forgotten history.